After my first video about two-color brioche, I received a lot of requests on posting the video how to create this beautiful stitch. So this video will be in this video I will address how to cast on for two-color brioche. There are a few different kinds of casting on. I will stop on particularly on two of them. And one important thing I want to mention that for the next video, under the video, right under the video where there is description about it, I will post pattern that will be easy for you to follow. And if for some unknown reason you will not be able to copy it from the YouTube, send me email and request a brioche two-color brioche stitch pattern, and I will send it to you. My email lchilton275@gmail.com, and I will be glad to send you a pattern to follow with, and then we'll learn how to do that together. In this video I will show you two different cast-ons. This one that you see in front of you is I used here Italian cast-on. Italian cast-on is my favorite because, first of all, it does not really show where cast-on is. The stitch is kind of like coming from nowhere on both sides, and they are basically part of a pattern itself. In long tail cast-on, right, like here, you can see that there is cast-on, and whatever is coming right after the cast-on is different from what was here. And if you compare two cast-ons, I'm not sure you can see very good here, like that. Here we go. Italian cast-on looks so much better. And this is a long tail cast-on on one side, and this is on another. So let me show you two of them. And then you choose for yourself which one you like the best. For long tail cast-on, you will not need, by the way, a really long tail here for two-color knitting. All you need to do to make a knot, or slip knot, the tail right here, make sure it's 5 to 6 inches long, that you can have enough room, enough yarn to weave in the ends. And for long tail cast-on, after slip knot is made, place the stitch, the first stitch, on the needle. By the way, for long tail cast-on by itself is tight, really tight, so I recommend to use 2, sometimes even 3 needles, because the reason I'm saying that, because you want the whole bottom here, the bottom of your work, stretched together with the body, with itself, and simply because the brioche stitch itself is really stretchy. It's stretching really width-wide a lot. So you want that area here on the bottom be easily stretched together with its body of knitted body itself. So this is why I recommend to use 2 and even 3 needles. So position your your yarn this way. So first you slip stitch, and you have already 2 stitches, dark and light. I will address these stitches as main color and contrast color. So the main color on the back, contrast color on the right. Position your hands for long tail cast-on and pick up the first stitch. Then for the next color, switch the yarns, twist them, switch them, position them in a different order, first dark then light, and pick up the next stitch. And in this way cast on all the way till you have the right amount of stitches. And always finish with the color you began. So if your first color here, main color, you have to end with the main color. So let me slowly one more time show you how I do this. Twist, pick up the first stitch, twist back, change the colors, and this is long tail cast on. Now my favorite is Italian cast on. For Italian cast on, again, you also will need tail here, leave it 5 to 6 inches, and just made a knot. Not a slip knot, but just a knot. And don't tie that knot very hard, because we will need to undo this knot later. Place it on the top of your needle, and again make sure that contrast color is on the front and your main color on the back. For Italian cast on, you hold needles almost the same way as for long tail cast on, but we don't bend our yarn this way. All we do, we just hold it like this. And I'll bring the piece closer, you can see in the camera what's going on. Now, with the needle, go over the around the light color and under, then move needle away from you, over the dark color, around it and under, and bring this dark color from under the light yarn on the needle. And right over here where the needle is, it will look like this. The twist, where the twist yarn, make sure it is under the needle. Then next color, we have first color is dark, next color will be light. This way, to make a light stitch, we go in opposite direction. Around the dark, under the dark, over the light, move the needle toward you, around the light color, under, and bring it from under the dark. Like this. Again, next color is dark. Then light, go in opposite direction, under the dark, move the needle toward you, over light and under, from under the dark, move it into the needle. You have to make sure that all these twists right here, the twisted yarn has to be all in line, and no twisting. You cannot allow this to twist around. Just keep it all under your fingers and allow your fingers only to feel the sides of the stitches you're picking up, you're casting on here. Okay, again, we have light color, next is dark. And I'm trying to go fast, but you need it slower. So under the light, over the dark, around it, under, and bring it from under the light and on a needle. Opposite direction, under the dark, toward you, needle toward you, over the light color, bring the light color from under the dark yarn and position it on the needle. And in this way you have to cast on multiple of 2 stitches plus 1. Multiple of 2 plus 1. And then there is another little trick how to finish this cast on. Now let's stop and count. If you want to count, don't release this yarn. Just pick up your fingers a little bit up, grab the needle, and let's see how many stitches we have. I recommend for this little training exercise lesson, pick up like 18 stitches plus 1, so we have 19 stitches. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. This is our multiple of 2. Let's stop on that. Then drop the light yarn and take the dark main color. And with the thumb method, thumb cast on method, let's finish this. Why I'm saying it, first of all, I have to show you this. If you leave it like this, there is no any security here. It's not secure. You have to secure this area, because if you let it go, everything will be unraveled. So with the thumb method, grab the yarn with your 4 fingers, place the thumb on the top of the yarn, rotate your hand, and in the front part of the loop that you created here, this is this loop, with the needle, go under this piece of yarn, secure the yarn on the needle, remove the thumb and pull on the yarn. This way you secured this area here. Now you can take your hand off. So again, make sure that this area in the needle where the yarn were twisting, all the twisted area has to be in line. No twisting like this anywhere. It will be very difficult then find what and where and how to go right. So make sure it's all in line. Now, one more thing for the next lesson, you will have to have double pointed needles or circular needles, 16 inches or 24. Why double pointed? You cannot use 1 point needle because we need to move it and we will knit one direction and then slide our needles, our stitches in one direction and knit it again. So you will see why. Double pointed needles. The pattern will be on the description right under the video. If it's not there, just email me, lchilton275@gmail.com, and I will be glad to send you a pattern for the next lesson, and then we will knit together the piece of brioche stitch, just like this. See you next time.